Welcome back to the channel. We are back here at Indian Wells Golf Resort. We're with the famous Jordan, and we're gonna go through kind of like a bunker session. I do enjoy my bunkers, but we're gonna kind of go through like different lies, different type of bunker shots to try not be such a one-trick pony. So Jordan's gonna kind of just walk me through what he would do with a normal student.
Yeah, definitely. So as far as bunker shots are concerned, it's the only shot in golf where you can really be very right-hand dominant and let the club pass your hands. You know, Butch Harmon's dad, Claude Harmon, was famous for, in the 70s, in Golf Digest, he was hitting bunker shots with just his right hand only.
Damn.
Out of there every single time. So if you can feel how your right hand can virtually do everything, kind of like that one. That was first try too, first take. Insane. Okay, so if you can kind of get that right hand activated and feel it release more this direction, kind of underneath, rather than kind of an over-the-top release. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so just release the hands at impact almost.
Underneath the ball.
So you want me to try one hand? Or no, just to have that feel?
Get a feel for it. And just let the club bounce right off the sand, and if it goes past your hand, that's okay. Good. So, not as hard as you thought, right? So don't let your left hand hinder that motion now. So splash it out of there. So when you're hitting bunker shots, let's talk about kind of different distances. Are you trying to take more or less sand? Are you thinking more or less swing? How are you adjusting distances?
I mostly will take a 60 almost always.
Okay.
Unless it's like a pretty far-er. Like for these and all these flags, I would take a 60.
Okay.
If it's a tiny bit farther, I'll take more wedge and just do the same thing. Take like an inch and a half.
Okay.
Obviously, you got to get cute sometimes and open the face and have some speed and get height. But like that right there is probably like my normal stock where like it goes and might check a little bit, but it'll roll probably 5-10 yards.
Okay. So let's get one that goes maybe a little bit farther. You know, let's say if we were going to carry it all the way back to that flag stick. You know, the bunker goes back there a little bit farther. You got to carry it within, 7-8 feet of the flag stick. Put the ball just slightly more back. You can still keep the face open.
So moving it back in the stance does what?
So when you put it back in the stance, you're going to catch that much more golf ball than when you put it forward and you're catching more sand. When you're catching the full 1.5 inches of sand when you put it in your normal ball position. Now you put it back, you're going to catch a little bit more golf ball. Still leave it open. Still let that right hand dominate the swing.
Wow. Okay, wait, I didn't know that.
You know, if we think about it, if we're hitting a shot off of grass and we wanted to get one to go a little bit farther, we'd put it back in our stance. Same thing with a bunker shot. Now you're not going to catch as much of these particles down here. Now let's say we're going to hit more of like a chunk and run shot where we do have all of this green to work with, but we want to kind of just barely get out of the bunker and let it trundle over there a little bit. Let's keep it back in our stance. Let's not open up the face as much. Now that leading edge is going to dig a little bit more.
Hey, I chunked a bunker shot.
Or a little bit too much.
I haven't done that in a while.
Okay.
I mean, that thing just dug.
Yeah.
So what, just caught too much behind the ball?
Yep. So feel just that exact same thing, but use a little bit more of the heel bounce. So when it comes to kind of chunking it on purpose, we want to use this portion of the club. That can dig down underneath the golf ball more so than the normal bounce of the club. So use a little bit more of the heel on this shot.
So what, just like kind of more vertical?
Yeah, kind of line it up off the heel ever so slightly. You're going to feel like the heel is digging in. You can open it up a little bit, but use primarily the heel, like the heel's winning the race to the golf ball.
Bye-bye. Maybe I don't do chunk and runs.
You know, unless you're playing on really fast greens like they are at the Masters or something like that, you're probably never going to use it for a real greenside bunker, but just use more of that heel. There it is.
Yeah. I mean, I can feel it. I can feel that.
And then it's going to trundle out of there a little bit better. Let's say we're going same flag stick, but we got to get it to go a little higher. So we're going to put the ball position right where you normally put it, maybe even slightly forward. And I want you to start with your hands behind the golf ball. I mean, really lean the shaft backwards, and you're trying to return to this position as you hit it.
Still with the release?
Very much so with the right hand, but have those hands way back behind the golf ball.
So is that fine?
Yes. Yeah, terrible lie. I want a little bit more speed on this one, and you're going to really throw that right hand underneath, shaft further back. Okay, so you're going to get a lot more height.
I mean, it went height, yeah.
Definitely. So
that's if you're like really short-sighted.
If you're really short-sighted.
So what does having the hands back here do?
It's adding a ton more loft, and it's keeping the loft on the golf club. So if we wanted to hit a punch shot and hit it lower, where do we put our hands?
Yeah, forward.
So when we want to hit it higher,
we're going to put them just so weird.
Back. Yeah,
it feels so weird.
I'll have you look it up when we get done with this. But Tiger Woods in the bunker, it was a couple years ago. I mean, he's rehearsing it like this.
Really?
He's trying to have his handle so far behind the golf ball so it can really expose the bounce and it can just be high and soft out of there every single time. And then I'm also going to say this, with the hands back, speed equals height. So choke down on it a little bit and have a little bit of speed down at the bottom like you're striking a match down at the golf ball. Hands back, return the club to that position. There it is. Real high, real soft.
Yeah, I felt like I swung so fast too.
Good swing.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You want speed out of the bunker. We got the ball below our feet here. This is one where we're going to want to aim our body. We're always trying to use upslopes to our advantage. So I want you to open up your stance, but stand a little bit closer because the ball is below your feet. You're still going to have the club face pointed at our target over there, so the face is still going to be open. And I want you to still have that same release that we had over here on the flat spot, but it's more down your foot line, okay? So you're swinging towards this upslope.
Still comes out right, but
really good.
Yeah, that's like 5 feet.
Yeah, it was a great shot.
Where does like, let's try one more. Where does like club, like, is this fine to use a 60? Would you take less loft?
With the ball below your feet?
Yeah.
No, I would keep the loft on the golf club as much as you can. I'd use your highest lofted club.
So it's very similar, just exit left.
Yeah, exit left, always using these upslopes to your advantage. So you're swinging left into that upslope. Yeah, it's just like it's going to come off of grass. It's going to bleed maybe ever so slightly right.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tap-in.
But standing a little bit closer so you can just get down to the golf ball every single time. You wouldn't grip
you can
down
see
on
these
it.
divots are left, too.
Oh, they're going straight left, right down your foot line.
I think it's I think you got to open your face, though. I think it's important to open your face. Otherwise, you're going to go left.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people get in trouble is they'll open their face and open their stance, but then they'll swing at the target over here. And then they're going to bottom out behind the golf ball because your low point area is moving back now.
Yeah. And I feel that. All right,
the further left you swing, the further forward your low point will be.
True. Okay.
Okay.
This one's easy for me.
You want to go upslope or downslope?
Yeah, let's do like an upslope, and then let's do like a plugged. Let's go like somewhere here.
Normal upslope or?
Yeah, like this.
Okay.
Okay, so upslope. Should I go get another wedge?
No, I like 60 once again, and with this, I know you like to usually play it forward in your stance. We're already on a launch pad right now, so we don't need to play it further forward in our stance to add loft to the golf club. So play this one middle. This will be one of the only shots in golf where you probably feel a lot of weight on your right side. It's okay, just keep it right on that right foot the entire time. And I want you to swing up the slope. You're just gonna plan on this golf ball going, you know, above these trees by about a story as far as your eye line is where you're looking. I mean, it's gonna go extremely high up out of this bunker because you're gonna swing.
Do you want to like tilt back?
Yeah, you want to match your shoulders with the slope.
Open face.
Open face. Ball's a little bit more middle. You can put it a little bit more forward. That's probably too far back. And then lean back with the slope and swing up the slope. Don't swing into the slope, swing up the slope.
I feel like that was pretty decent though.
Yep. And what I would usually say, that was maybe an anomaly, but you're usually planning on these shots, they might go a little bit left, just like normal upslopes.
All right, let's try another.
Okay.
I just can easily see, like, people, because you're telling them to put their weight back, they can, like, they're going to go like this, or like to swing up the slope, they're going to dig.
Mm-hmm. So we're always trying to use the upslope to our advantage. Now, you won't have to tilt back a ton because just as you're standing here right now, what foot's higher, your left or your right? Yeah, what shoulder's higher, your left or your right? So you're already kind of matching with the slope, but we want to have that little bit of weight on our right foot so you don't dig into the hill too much.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, because if you're here, so it's like one of the, you don't want weight forward.
No, there's
like
one of
any
the
other
ones.
bunker shot.
And I would say in all bunker shots in general, wherever your weight starts, keep it there. There's no weight transfer in a bunker shot. You're just staying wherever you started.
Yeah.
So on your flat ones, you start left, you stay left. This one, you start a little bit more right, but matching the hill, and you're going to stay right there. Swing up that slope with speed because it's on a launch pad.
Yeah, that's it. It's a great tip.
I mean, a magician. Good swing. Good swing.
Oh yeah, fried egg.
Okay. Now, the old saying with a fried egg is you want to hit the outside of the egg, but you don't want to break the yolk. So once again, just like when we were over there on the flat and we wanted to get down into the sand a little bit better, one, we're not going to open up the face as much. You can still open it because we can even put spin on these shots out of the bunker. You're really going to line the club up, or the golf ball, excuse me, off the heel, and that heel is going to be able to get you on the outside of the egg and underneath that yolk.
Wow, that actually felt really nice. But that one has no spin.
No.
Kind of came out knuckly.
That's going to be kind of your knuckleball shot that comes out of there. If you had a little bit more speed and a little bit more action with your right hand, it'd stop a little bit faster.
I don't need to get spin off of those lies. I'm just trying to get it out.
One of the hardest shots in golf, or one of the hardest bunker shots in golf, other than like a 40-yard. So you're matching your shoulders with the slope. I want a ton of bend in that left knee, and when you make your backswing, it should bend even more because that tells me your weight is staying over there. A good thing for an instructor to look for is whatever knee has more bend in it, that's where all your weight is. So during your backswing, if you want to keep your weight down that hill, that knee needs to bend even more. And then you're still swinging down the slope on this one. There won't be as much cupping afterwards. You're going to swing down the slope and cup it ever so slightly. You got 15 yards of bunker and the lips kind of head high. The biggest problem that most people have when they're hearing a down slope on a bunker is they hit too far behind it. They're going to run into this slope back here.
Yeah.
So I would open up your chest just ever so slightly. So feel like your chest is kind of pointed over here towards me at setup. Really have that knee bend because that's going to make sure your low point is right next to the golf ball. So you'll almost catch all golf ball on this one.
So is there not a lot of get vertical?
No, you will get vertical.
Okay.
It'll be very handsy on the backswing.
Okay.
Won't be a ton of turn with your shoulders, honestly. It'll be just almost all hands and arms. But feel like that chest points out here the whole time or else you're going to hit too much sand. Keep that left leg. Has all the balance on it. Swing down the hill with speed.
Almost.
Oh. It's like if you were Iron Man and that light is shining right over here. It needs to stay shining over here the whole time so that low point doesn't move back and you
feel
drop
like I'm like
kick it.
break dancing.
No, you're good. Keep that weight left. That chest is left. Swing down the hill with speed. Well, this is one of those where if we can get it to stay on the green, you've hit a miraculous bunker shot.
Do you think maybe like ball placement?
You could put it a little bit more forward in your stance, just so it stays up in the air a little bit longer. You'll maintain that loft a little bit longer. We just need to hit a lot closer to the golf ball to get it to propel a little bit farther. That chest needs that, a boy, yes sir. Down the hill, down the hill.
There we
Yes,
go.
sir.
And that's gonna spin. So you literally want to feel very, very weird.
Yes.
All right, let's try one more.
My dad used to say comfortable is rarely correct when it comes to golf.
Let's do one more. Because this is like probably one of the hardest shots in golf. You know when you ever have one in a bunker and the lips are very close to you?
Yeah, I just had one out there on hole number 13
All right,
today.
so let's move this one a tiny bit back. Where like you have to avoid the back or the front lip.
Correct. So
Same type of thing.
comes back to low point once again. So chest needs to point this way. This shoulder needs to be much lower. That's what I'm talking about. And it's just a straight hinge up on the backswing. I mean, you're not going to want your hands to travel very far this direction. I mean, you're going to feel like the swing just goes kind of up and down like this. You're going to feel like your hands never get past your right thigh.
That was close, dude.
God, that was close. Fuck.
It's just like these are such a tough shot that anything on the green, well, that's like a generous.
You can put down a little bit. Left shoulder a little lower. There you go. Swing with speed on this one.
Honestly, not bad. I mean, that's better than the first one.
I mean, we're catching really close to the ball every
It's
single
just
time.
so tough.
You haven't hit one behind it. Yeah, this is just one where one would be hard unless it just barely rolled in the bunker right here to even stay here. It'd probably roll down there. But you're just saying if I get it on the green, I've hit a miraculous shot.
All right, well, that is it for the bunker lesson. I hope you guys learned a thing or two about Jordan, about his bunker skills. I definitely learned a couple things. We just kind of ran through, you know, different scenarios, basics, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you guys for watching. Go check out Jordan. And if you haven't come out to Indian Wells, it is a phenomenal golf course.